For a bit of context, I grew up in the middle of a farmland in a large Victorian home. Given its story, it had always been several shacks and barns that once belonged to the builders of this house. There is a highway that sees maybe 3 cars on it during the night, and directly across, about 200 feet inwards of a cornfield, is a shack that I have always found creepy. As kids, myself and friends would dare each other to go inside and look, which always ended up as us going in as a team. Nothing scary was ever found. Maybe a few broken glasses, metal piles, and miscellaneous items. There was no electricity or any sort of utility that made it homely. Years go by and the existence of the shack becomes a part of my daily life. However, one particular night, I was watching TV. I had noticed a light going off and on outside my window. After getting startled, I dismissed it as passing cars, simply more frequent than they typically are. An hour passes. It's nearing midnight and the light stays on. This time I knew for sure it was coming from outside. My family was asleep, but being my pansy 16-year-old self, I needed confirmation. Too bad for me. Nobody wants to go check it out, so I go alone. I grab my pocket knife and a flashlight, the best thing I could think of with my shaken thoughts, and take off into the night. As I near the highway, the lights turn off, almost making me choke on air, but I had to figure out what the hell was going on. I make my way into the entrance of the shack, which has no door, and I slowly begin to enter, my flashlight scanning the room for any signs of life. What happened next, I'll never forget. 5 feet away from me, there was an old tattered recliner facing away that my father had tossed in there for future disposal. I shine my light on it because I knew I seen it rock ever so slightly. As I did that, a man stands up from the recliner, says absolutely nothing. All I could tell was that he was a middle-aged man and wearing a jacket of sorts. Before I could process what was happening, I was already sprinting across the road and praying he wasn't behind me. It felt like years before I made it to my door, but as I am about to make it in safely, I decide to look back. He was standing in the road completely still, no words whatsoever. It's been 7 years since. The shack still stands, the recliner remains in its place. My dad never believed me. I wish someone could share the dread I had when I realized the recliner was facing the window, which was directed straight at my house. Hello, this is Bad Vibes. Future stories are going to be longer, with multiple stories. I didn't have time this weekend to record any long stories, so this is a short one. But future stories should be longer. Please make sure you smash that subscribe button if you like my content. Till next time.